have 7 lucky exercises. You'll go through each exercise for 1 minute, taking rests and breaks as you need to. Once you go through all 7 exercises, 1 minute each, resting as you need to, you'll go through the whole thing all over again. Grounded Warrior, we suggest that you go through the entire sequence 3 times. That'll give you about a 20 to 25 minute workout, depending on how much time you need to rest during your exercises. For this week, all you need are heavy and or medium weights. For this week, the 7 exercises are going to include a squat to a back lunge, really working the legs, a deadlift to a bent over row, mountain climbers, a wide overhead press standing tall, a forward lunge, getting back into those legs, a supine chest press, maybe with a bridge, and a Russian twist to end it all. All right, now that we know what we're doing and how we're doing it, let's get started. For our first exercise, we're doing 2 leg exercises combined into one. You're going to do a basic squat to a back lunge. So my toes are pointed forward, heels in line with toes, feet right under my armpits. I'm gonna sit down into a squat and come back up. Remember, you control the range of motion. So if you can only go down a little bit, that's fine. If you can go down all the way to the knees, even better. So you would do 1 squat, come up, step 1 foot back into a back lunge. Make sure you maintain proper form of the feet, squat, come up, other leg, back lunge. Make sure feet are strong and flat, come up, back lunge. If this is too much for you, you can take the 2 exercises apart. You can do 30 seconds of squats and then 30 seconds of back lunges. Just do your best. These workouts are meant for you. Standing with your feet right under your hips, we're going into our second exercise, a deadlift with a row. So, nice long flat back is going to hinge you forward. Your back is flat, knees slightly bent, and your palms face in. You'll give yourself a row. Bend those elbows straight back, and then come back to stand. Let's try it again. You're going to bend over, palms turn in, elbows row up and back, palms face your legs, and you come up. So if you need to, keep your palms facing each other the whole time. It might make it more smooth for you. You bend over, you row, and you come back up. But if you can remember the whole thing, your palms start facing your thighs. You come over into a deadlift, turn the palms, row, and then come back up to stand. So once again, we're combining 2 moves, a deadlift and a row. Work as slow and steady as you need to and do your best. 1 minute of these, and then we come down into a plank for mountain climbers. For your mountain climbers, option 1, just hold your high plank, lengthening neck all the way down the back to the heels. Option 2, you're slowly dragging 1 knee in towards the belly. Option 3, you're just gonna pick up the pace a little. Keep your shoulders over your wrists and your hips in line with heels and shoulders. Everything is strong, it's like a plank. So you would do that for 1 minute. And then you'd come up to standing for a wide overhead press. For the wide overhead press, I'm personally going to use medium-sized weights. You can use light or heavy, whatever is best for you. 1 minute is a long time to do overhead presses. So don't go too far that you hurt yourself. Just challenge yourself. So we're gonna start with the elbows out to the sides. Make sure you're not arching your back, you're engaging your core, keeping your back safe. Elbows out, palms face forward. First option, alternate arms. Second option, both arms at the same time. 1 minute. Now the super challenge of this is keeping your elbows in line with your shoulders when you come down. You don't want to come all the way down to your sides and go from here. That's just going to cause imbalance and possibly even injury. Instead, keep your elbows out to the sides, press up and down. Remember, you control the weight, you control the workout, so do your best. From there, you can keep the weights if you want. We're going into a forward lunge. At the very beginning of today's workout, we did a squat with a back lunge. If a back lunge is right for you because of knee or hip issues, or you deal with dizziness, go back to the back lunges and just do them again here. If you can though, you're going to do a forward lunge. They're a little more challenging. You're gonna step 1 foot forward, bend the knees deeply, shoulders over hips, and then press your way back. That's like the kicker of the exercise. So you bend and you press back. I like to keep my hands towards my heart to keep my chest lifted. Make sure not to let your knee touch the ground, and make sure you're not sinking into the hips. You're keeping everything strong. So remember, you can do back lunges if you need to, but I encourage you to try those front lunges. Make sure you're working your hardest. You want these workouts to count. From here, we're gonna come down onto our backs with a wide chest press and maybe a bridge. Start with your feet flat on the mat. Tuck your tailbone and engage your core. Bring your elbows out to the sides. You can bring them directly in line with the shoulders or maybe an inch lower. Your palms are facing towards your feet, and you're so strong here. Take a deep breath in, and then press the arms up. Imagine you're squeezing a beach ball with your arms. Bring the elbows back, tap, and press. So you're not pausing down here for a long period of time. You're simply tapping and pressing, squeezing the weights together towards the top. Option to add a bridge here. So if that's hard enough, stay with that. Make sure your toes are pointed forward if you're going to add on the bridge. So the bridge pose is where you lift your hips up. Let's start with the hips down. You're going to press the arms up and at the same time, lift your hips and lower everything. Lift hips and arms and lower. So these are definitely more challenging. They're working more muscle groups at the same time. So make sure you're not overdoing it, just do your best. Our 7th and final exercise of November week 3's total body conditioning is a Russian twist. You can do this with or without a weight, so I have one next to me. Walk your toes in, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest up, bring your knees towards each other. You can stay with your feet down, twisting through the midsection. So I'm creating a V shape and I'm maintaining that even when I twist. Option 2 is to lift your feet up. I'm trying not to sway the legs out to the sides. I'm keeping everything to the center. Option number 3 is to grab a weight. It's gonna make it much harder. So maybe you start with your feet down for this, twisting side to side. Final option, yes, there's more, is to lift your feet and twist from there. Significantly harder. So make sure you add the weight if and when you're ready. And that's our 7th exercise for this week's workout. So you would do these 7 exercises for 1 minute each, which means the entire set is 7 minutes long. You need to rest when you need to. I'm not telling you when to rest for this set. I want you to take control of your body and take breaks when you need to. After you've gone through it once, maybe go through it 2 or 3 more times, maybe even more. Work this around your schedule and your life. Just make sure you're being strong, healthy, and active. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to check in using the #GroundedWarrior, and I hope you have a great day.